Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'll have to leave at 9 though.
That's all right. Listen, honey, I had a board meeting and it is literally, we just got off. I timed it. So that's why I
Okay.
knew I had to make this meeting start at 8.
Cool. Let's see. Let's see this. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We gotta straighten out.
Sharon, you're muted.
Oh.
Just chit chatting all the way. How you doing, everybody? I am sorry to be running a little bit late. I had a board meeting tonight and didn't have an option not to participate. So I apologize for the right there at 8:30, but I timed it. I knew that I couldn't do it at 8 o'clock, that's for sure. So, but anyway, I'm glad to see everyone, even though I can't see your faces, I see your name, and thank you for joining us. I promise that tonight will not be long because our conversation is very direct and focused on 4 products that we have been waiting on in the life of Color Me Beautiful for some time to return back into inventory. And I just thought that this would be the time to get everybody refreshed and get your mind wrapped around the power of what this system is able to do for your clients as well as for you if you are in need of this product. So without further ado, are there any questions that anyone has before I switch to share my screen? Okay. Well, welcome, beauty influencers. Now, when you look at this before and after, what I can tell you for sure is that the after is not representative of the Enlighten system. What it is representative of is the power of cream to powder and powder. But this was a young lady that I had the opportunity of meeting with several years ago. And she is a classic example of uneven skin tone, okay? If you look around her hairline, you can see that it's a different color than what it is right here. And then you can see that here in the center of her face, it's a different color than her nose and here. So it's a classic example. Most uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation happens on skin of color, the forehead, the cheeks, the chin, around the mouth, sometimes in the nose area. And and not to say that the Enlighten system can be used on any form of hyperpigmentation, but the one thing that is meaningful to skin of color, if I had to compare the severity and where in the minds of the consumer that the scale kind of lays in terms of how uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation is viewed, I would say that uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation is as big of a concern to women of color, skin of color, as lines and wrinkles and aging are, because of either overexposure to the sun or age, is to our Caucasian counterpart. And so it's a serious concern. It's one that if you open up a conversation with an individual that is any skin of color, whether it's a Hispanic consumer, or whether it's African-American, no matter what, if they are melanin rich, if they have a lot of melanin in their skin, and you ask them what the number one concern will be, 9 times out of 10, you're going to hear uneven skin tone. And hence why we believe that the Enlighten system is a force to be reckoned with. It's one that we all need to be educated on so that we are able to have a conversation with our clients and be able to answer their questions. So there we go. And now I'm trying to move my screen, hold tight. Okay, but before we get into, so that's the introduction. The one thing I wanted to share with you, because whenever you have something great to share with people, or you find out about something that is phenomenal, you need to be sharing it. So one of the things that I'm in the process of doing is really trying to bridge the gap between us and really us starting to share our products, the opportunity, Enlighten, and everything else. So I wanted you to be the first to see one of the things that we're working on in the background, and it's a new recruiting flyer. Okay, and we've completed the first one for Color Me Beautiful. We're going to finish up the one for Floyd Roberts on tomorrow, and we will post it up on Inside so that you'll be able to download it and then be able to send it out to people. Or if you just choose to print it out and share it, that you would be able to do that as well. Okay, so do you like it?
Yes.
Yes.
So because you know,
very nice. Yeah.
one of the buzzword in the marketplace today amongst entrepreneurs is affiliates, whether you know it or not. That's a buzzword. So, and we have an affiliate program, but what we want the person to do is become a consultant affiliate so that they're able to get the best of all that we have to offer. So I wanted to share that with you before we get started. Anyway, on with the uniqueness of the Enlighten system. So before we start talking about the product, we need to understand what uneven skin tone is and what it's not, and what's hyperpigmentation. And the reality of it is that uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation are synonymous. Okay, so when we talk about, we sometimes separate it and talk about it as if it's two different entities, but it really is one and the same. Hyperpigmentation is just a sophisticated way of talking about, and if whoever is, I think it may be, I'm not sure who it is, but if everybody can just mute themselves so that we can make sure that we have a clear listening environment for everybody, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation are synonymous. And it's caused by an increase in melanin. And melanin is nothing but pigment. The lighter the skin, the less melanin. The deeper the skin tone, the more melanin. And so an overabundance of that melanin in our skin melanin is associated with our hair, our eyes, and our skin. Okay, and the more melanin rich we are, the deeper the skin tone is. But hyperpigmentation is really considered a medical term used to describe dark patches of skin. Hence why you hear people talking about uneven skin tone, because when you see a patch of darkness here or on the forehead, people generally don't say, you don't hear people say hyperpigmentation. They just say, you know, my skin is discolored, or my skin is not even, it's not all one color. But that's basically what hyperpigmentation is darker patches of skin throughout the face of the body. And these patches result from an excessive amount of melanin production, which can be caused from a number of things. And, you know, the sun is a culprit, okay? And, you know, so you need to be aware of that. Pollution in the air is a culprit. Scarring, acne is a culprit. Medication or types of drugs that we may be taking for other ailments in our body could be the culprit as well. Hormones are a culprit as well. So there are causes to the effect of the end result, which is hyperpigmentation or uneven skin tone. And then aging also plays into it as well. And so when we think about, aging, you will hear the language of age spots. Okay, age spots generally are more related to Caucasian skin, where you may see the hyperpigmentation on the hands from being in the sun, or you may see dark splotches on the nose if the person has been out in the sun and not been protected for any, or they, when you think about it, when we are younger, sometimes we don't know the difference between what the sun, how the sun is good for us and how the sun ends up being kind of a thorn on our side when it comes to what it does to the skin as we get older. But the bottom line is that uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation, is caused by a number of things. And so what we are in the conversation tonight about is to talk about a solution for this problem, which is one that is important to the audience that we are talking to, okay? And so tonight we have the honor to be able to talk about the Enlighten skincare system. And the system itself consists of 4 products. There is a cleanser, there is a toner, which we call a skin tone prep. There is a serum called the Super Light Moisture Serum, and then there is a fade cream. But before we get into the individual products, and I promised you in the email that I would have you off this call by 9:15, and we're going to stay true to that, because the facts are here, and all we have to do is take the facts and begin to embrace them, internalize them, and begin to talk about with credibility to your clients, that end up having a need for it. So one of the things that you can be proud of about the Enlighten system, is that it is contrary to the way that products were developed, 15, 20 years ago. Hydroquinone was the core, the number 1 ingredient that was used in all products to be able to even out or to get rid of the hyperpigmentation and the uneven skin tone. The downside with hydroquinone was that wherever it touched, it lightened. So in the scheme of things, you would never be able to get a evenly clear skin, because even if you put it in one area, it would lighten to that area, but there were no controls in place with hydroquinone where it would know when to stop. And to some degree, when individuals were using products with hydroquinone, and we had a hydroquinone product as well many years ago called Chromatone Fade Cream, one of our top sellers, okay? But what the hydroquinone would do would be literally close to bleaching the skin. It would take the pigment out of the skin, and that's not what we are trying to do. What we're trying to do is solve the problem of the hyperpigmentation, where the skin is darker in areas that we want it to match what the natural skin tone is. And that's what the Enlighten system has the ability to be able to do. It will dramatically even the skin tone out and fade. So there's a difference between when you think about bleaching something and fading something. There's a big gap in between. So we are fading discolorations, meaning that it's going to take a period of time, but at the end of that time period, what we will expect to see and will see is that the skin tone will now come into one even tone. The core ingredient, when we developed this system, we went looking for an ingredient that had the ability to have the same efficaciousness, or to be as effective as hydroquinone without the damaging results. and the toxicity that comes along with hydroquinone. Okay, so we, after talking with several of our labs, Imblica was the ingredient that we were directed to look at. It's an herbal extract. It's been clinically proven to be as effective as hydroquinone, and that was very important to us. But what we wanted to do is to make sure that it didn't have any of the negative side effects that normally would come with the hydroquinone. So, and as an antioxidant, which you're talking about the best antioxidants for our skin are vitamins A, C, and E. Enlighten will improve the skin's overall health, or the Imblica. Imblica is a trade name for a extract from the philanthus tree, okay, and Imblica. This herb has been used for thousands of years in India and is a cornerstone within the traditional healing system of the Ayurveda. As a skincare ingredient, Imblica has been shown to have great multifunctionality, though its primary applications within the skincare industry are photoprotective, which means that it helps to protect from the damaging sun rays, but also as a skin lightener. Imblica offers a host of benefits for the skin. Studies have shown that Imblica possesses a powerful broad spectrum antioxidant properties. And in addition, Imblica is extremely stable, which is critical, because when you think about, one of the reasons why, for those of you that are vitamin C lovers, the reason why we put vitamin C in a capsule is because it's unstable when it's not exposed to, light, and when it is able to, just be out where light can reach it, whether it's artificial light or whether it's natural light. Okay, so while vitamin C and E and antioxidants from pine bark and rosemary rose lose over 50% of their antioxidant activity in a water solution after only 3 months, Imblica remains stable for over a year and helps to preserve skin tone. So one of Imblica's most exciting applications is as a skin lightener. That's what Imblica does, okay? And while most skin lighteners such as hydroquinone and kojic acid have toxicity issues or can cause negative reactions on the skin, Imblica is well tolerated with no side effects. And that is something that we need to be proud of and need to be glad to talk about it with our clients. So let's talk about first the Perfect Tone Fade Cream. The Perfect Tone Cleansing Foam. Okay, the Fade Cream is on the back of my mind because I've got customers waiting for that. But at any rate, the great news about this particular product is that, because a lot of you were in love with the papaya cleanser and you love the consistency of a foam, a soap-free air pump, that will deliver really kind of something that looks good, it smells good, and you're able to put it on, and it really just deep cleanses without the harsh drying effects that would normally come with using, typically a foam cleanser. But the great thing is that this cleanser, of course, it has the Imblica in it, but it also has some other ingredients in it that are worth notating. Okay, one is, of course, it's got the Imblica, it's got papain, that's where the papaya extracts come in. It also has aloe in it and also cucumber extract. Okay, so all of these ingredients work together to be able to make sure that the skin is completely cleaned. And of course, even though we're rinsing it off, and so the Imblica and the real benefits of the Imblica staying on the skin with the cleanser is lost, but you still are infusing the skin with other extracts and other ingredients that are going to help to just make the skin more clear, smooth, and give it a brightening kind of effect, okay? So soap-free, and of course, the foam helps to whisk away skin-dulling dirt and debris, while the natural papaya enzymes gently exfoliate. That's why when we talk about clearer and brighter and smoother, to uncover brighter and fresher, clearer looking skin. Paraben and gluten-free are the benefits that you can talk about. And of course, the ingredients. So the aloe, the cucumber extract, the papain, and the papaya extracts. Those are, and even if you don't, even if you only talk about one or two of those ingredients, your customer is going to be impressed. So of course, you can use this product with makeup, without makeup. And of course, you do need to use water. This is not a cleanser that you will be able to tissue off. You have to use water in order to make this product be able to function and be able to be removed from the skin properly. Any questions on the Perfect Tone Cleansing Foam? Okay, you guys are probably muted. Okay, step number 2. Okay, so we're going in order of the product. And by the way, the Perfect Tone Cleanser can be used by all skin types, with the exception of a person that has sensitive skin. So if a person is sensitive, I caution you to crawl before you walk with it. Give her a little sample of it, let her try it on her arm or something to make sure that she is not going to have a negative result. So sensitive skin, which is really more of a skin condition than a skin type, but we have to say that so that you don't go out and think that it's okay just to put it out. Everybody can use it, with the exception of sensitive skin, unless you test it out to make sure that she's not going to have a reaction from it. I think someone was trying to say something.
Yeah, I have a question. So I know we're discussing the Enlighten, the whole system today, but what I have a question about is, like, if I have a customer to say the product that would be best for her would be the Perfect Tone Cleanser. Say she, can she pair that with a 00 toner if she needs it? You know what I mean? Because I use, like, for what I use the Fresh Foaming Cleanser, and then I use, instead of the 00 toner, because that's kind of strong for me,
Yes.
I'll use the Enlighten toner.
Okay.
So is that something that we can do as consultants, just to encourage what the customer needs more of, rather than stay within the line, quote unquote?
Okay, so good question, Jaquel. The beauty of being a beauty consultant, a beauty influencer, is that by having product knowledge, understanding the different skin types and the skin conditions, you literally can customize the regime for your client based on what she needs. When I'm going through the Enlighten system today, to answer your question, can you marry up? So for example, let's say that you've got somebody that has some mild hyperpigmentation, but let's say that their skin is more on the dry side, okay? Can you replace certain products to be able to get her where she wants? And the answer is absolutely yes. So is it okay to use the Ultimate C Cleanser and the Enlighten Skin Tone Prep? Yes. So you can mix and match the different products based on the person's need, but you just need to understand that what you're dealing with this particular system and in each of the products is you've got ingredients in here that are designed to accomplish a certain task. And what's that task? To eliminate hyperpigmentation and to get the person's skin where she wants it to be, which is all one color. I have clients that, they've been really livid with me because of the fact that they couldn't get all of their products, but their skin has actually cleared up. Okay, they really don't need to continue to use it, but they are so afraid that if they stop using the system, that their skin is going to go back. And the reality of it is as long as they're using their SPF and keeping, exfoliating and not going out and being unprotected by the sun, there's no reason Why? Now, yes, occasional, you may get a pimple. And then so when you get the pimple and let's say you manipulate it and it turns to a black spot, okay, that you don't really have to go back to the whole system to get rid of that. You can get rid of that by, doing some exfoliation and covering up, because it'll go, if you're exfoliating, once to twice a week, you also, something mild like that. So the Enlighten system is really designed to tackle the problems that can't just be fixed by spot treatment. Okay, did that answer your question, Jaquel?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so you can mix and match. That is the beauty of knowing your products and being able to get your customer into the right products. And they love it when you say, you know what, I'm going to customize a regime for you. So, and you that's why it's so important. And we've talked about this many times as we have conversations about being a good consultant, is listening to what the client is saying, because what she's saying will help you to get to the point. When I say closing the sale, that means that you have identified all of the products that the client needs to be able to get the desired results that she's looking for, whatever that is. Okay. So step 2 in the process of just, and we're going to talk about, once we get through the 4 products in the system, we're going to talk about a couple things that are critical to incorporate also into the regime. So the Perfect Tone Skin Prep sounds fancy. It's basically the toner, okay? And the great thing about this particular product is that, it's got it's got the aloe and the cucumber ivy extracts. So you've got ingredients in addition to the Embolica that are helping to decongest and heal the skin, okay? Keeping that skin calm and, kind of soothing it and doing all those great things. It's, and again, with the Embolica in it, it's helping, and the natural toner, every toner is designed to help to optimize and restore the pH balance so that the product can do what it's supposed to do, which is to enhance the brightening and the lightening effects of the entire system. Paraben, fragrance, and gluten-free. So cucumber, ivy, and it's got silk amino acids in it as well as the Arnica montana flower extract. Okay, and if you are wanting to get yourself to the point where you can see all of the key ingredients, go to inside colorme.com and download the training sheet. Okay, if you just look in the training manual, it's going to give you a very abbreviated version of the features and benefits, which that's good to know as well. But if you want to go deeper to be able to understand, kind of what each one of the key ingredients do in addition, and the complementary ingredients that are in the product to complement the Embolica, go and download the product training sheet. Okay, so Perfect Tone Skin Prep, the toner in the Enlighten system. Now, as we get to the last 2 products in the system, these 2 products are the powerhouses within the system. They have the highest concentration of the Embolica. So that's a good way of saying, if you had a client, let's say that was on a very tight budget, and they couldn't afford to buy the entire system today, and they could only spend enough to get 1 product, this or the fade cream would be what you would put her in. Okay, and then of course we're going to talk about kind of what you got to do in addition to this to make sure that the product, whether they're using this individual product or whether they're using the whole system, what they have to do to make sure that they are optimizing and making sure that their skin is being able to receive all of the benefits that this product is able to do for them. So at any rate, the Enlighten Perfect Tone Moisture Serum is a lightweight moisturizer featuring Embolica, We already know it's an herbal extract that naturally brightens and dramatically evens out the skin tone. Studies have shown that Imblica gives the skin a brighter, more even tone in just 6 to 9 weeks. Caution, let me stop right here. One of the things that you will find is that people that have hyperpigmentation want you to give them a beginning and an end date. And while we say that the skin will be more even in 6 to 9 weeks, I caution you of locking too much into that. What I normally say to a client when I'm talking to her about the system, how long have you had the hyperpigmentation? That's a good question. So if it's, oh, well, you know what, I've been dealing with this for years. Okay. All right. So you've been dealing with this for years. So what I want you to do, customer, okay, friend, is to, I'm going to put you in the products. And if it's, as long as you're using them twice a day and doing everything that I'm suggesting to you, what I can assure you is you're going to start to see the fruits of your products, and you're going to start to see your skin start to improve. Don't ever make a promise that the problem is going to be fixed in 6 to 9 weeks, because you can't guarantee, because you don't know if a person's been out in the sun and had bad acne and it's been picking, and that hyperpigmentation has gone kind of beneath, it's down, it's not just the dermis and the epidermis, but it's kind of, the skin is damaged from underneath. It's going to take a little bit longer to be able to make that work, because that hyperpigmentation is kind of embedded in the skin, for lack of a better word. So what we've got to do is treat the surface and try to get the skin balanced and as calm as we possibly can, so that that the skin can react favorably, and that there are no outside negatives that are working. Okay, so 6 to 9 weeks is a good range to commit that the person is going to. So so set the expectations so that they understand that they're going to be using the products and they're going to see some results. It may happen that that person comes back and after 9 weeks, you say, oh my gosh, look at my skin, look at how much clearer it is. And that's your time to say, okay, so, it's going in the right direction. So, let's get you into, let's do another cycle of it and see if you are then satisfied with the whole thing. Because the whole thing is, what we're trying to do is help that customer get to the point where the skin is all one color, okay? And the great thing about the Imblica, which really is magical about it, is that it has the ability to really zone in on those areas where the melanin build up is there. And it has the ability to be able to kind of zone in and know that it's, that this part of the skin, I don't know how it does it, but that's the way that it's been described, from the laboratory, that's how the Imblica does. And think about people from India. Have you ever seen anybody from India that had uneven skin tone? I haven't. Their skin is always just, smooth, it's even tone. I've never seen anybody from India, even with breakouts, but I don't know, maybe I just haven't seen them. But the bottom line is the super light is going to leave the skin soft, supple. It's going to be hydrated. It's not going to be greasy, while preventing the skin dullness, uneven skin tone, dark spots, and aging. This product also is paraben, fragrance, and gluten-free. Now, while all skin types can use this product, now that we have the Fade Cream, I suggest that you recommend the serum more for your combination and oily skins, okay? And let the Fade Cream, which is the new generation of Imblica, because we now have added some other actives in the Fade Cream to kind of speed up the process of the brightening and the lightening and the fading, that really makes it a powerhouse as well. But generally, the oilier skins are not going to be as open to creams as they are to serums or lotions. So, you know, and, you know, this is a case where, you know, if you've got a client that happens to be a little bit more oily, I would certainly have her in this, the Perfect Tone Moisture Serum for day, and maybe at night, allow her to use the fade cream. But again, you want to proceed with caution, because what you don't want to do is, while you're fixing one problem, that you're causing another. Okay. And the other thing that I encourage you to consider is, when you're having the conversation with an individual, when they come to you and you ask them, you know, what can I help you with today? And you can never look at a person and assume what their number one concern is. Okay. So let's say that you've got a person that has a combination of acne problem and hyperpigmentation. She may not care about the hyperpigmentation. She wants to stop the breakouts. So don't be so eager to rush to what you see as the problem before you allow the client to determine what she wants to fix. And it is true that when we're dealing with skin, you really want to deal with one problem at a time. So if the person is more oily and having breakouts and acne and all that, you know, if I would fix, and she tells you that the breakouts are her biggest concern, fix that first. Don't assume that she wants to, she may be perfectly happy covering up the hyperpigmentation, but is really concerned and wants help with the acne. So that's the conversation that you're going to have with the individual. And then she may come back after you help her with, you know, controlling the acne and the breakouts, which ends up being the culprit for her having the hyperpigmentation. She very well may come back. You can always tell her about it, but let her guide the narrative in terms of which products you're going to put her in, based on what she wants to attack as what she considers to be the problem. And you provide a solution for what she considers to be a problem. And then you talk about what you may have. She may not be bothered by the hyperpigmentation. And if she's not, God bless her, show her how to conceal and call it a day. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so the Perfect Tone Moisture Serum, just to talk about some of the other ingredients. So this product, in addition to the Bellica, you know, also has mulberry extract, which is also a skin lightening, has skin lightening properties. There's an algae extract in here, which helps to normalize the skin's moisture. Vitamin E and vitamin A are in here. So that's a good ingredient deck, okay, when you think about products. So the A, you know, retinol is always good to help with, you know, kind of aging as well as acne. And E, you know, helps to soothe the skin. Okay. So great combination, you know. So in addition to the Bellica, there are other ingredients in here that are also helping to, you know, work together to get the end result, which is even tone, dramatically even more even skin. Okay. And then, so so if I had to say the gem, you know, the real powerhouse, the super light serum is certainly a powerhouse, because it is has the highest concentrate, one of the highest concentrations of the Bellica in it, in addition to the mulberry extract and all that. But now what we did, we took the development of this particular product, the Enlighten Perfect Tone Fade Cream, to a whole nother degree. And the goal was, when we talked to the lab, we wanted something that would kind of accelerate the, we liked the Bellica and we liked the natural extracts and all that, but we wanted something that was going to work just a little bit faster, okay? Because, we had a lot of people that were, looking for, kind of that immediate gratification more so. So I actually had some hyperpigmentation right here. You never saw it because I would never let you see it, okay? But I had, I would cover it up, and it came from really just being out in the sun, I had an exposure to the sun that really didn't work well for me. And I had on sunblock and all that, but I think I just, overdid it in terms of the amount of time that I stayed out in it, not trying to tan or anything like that, but it just, so I got, more than what I bargained for. So I was a test for this product, and, went back and forth to say, okay, I don't see any results, give me something else. So we kept doing it and adjusting the percentages until we got to a point where I saw the product starting to do what it was supposed to do. So this is what we call the miraculous fade cream. Okay, it is the next generation, the newest generation of brightening. We can still claim the natural benefits, the natural lightening and evening power that comes from this proprietary blend of ingredients. So it's Imblica is a part of the equation, but there's also, this alpha arbutin, which is a laboratory tested. This is a powerhouse right here. Safe and effective ingredient that's derived from the bearberry, okay? And it's proven to improve the appearance of dark spots such as acne scars, pigmentation, melasma, and sunspots, as well as naturally darker areas such as the knees and elbows. Now, I tried it on my elbows, and I didn't see that I think my elbows are just so dark. I think we need to go back to the table to get something that's going to really, because I think the skin is just so tough that it takes. So somebody that has mild, yes, but mine, I literally have, and that's a problem with women of color. Everything else will be one color. You look at the elbows, and it looks like it belongs to a different person. Okay, so but it also, the reduction of skin tanning after UV exposure and all that, is also one of the efficacies of it too. But this is perfect for uneven skin that is, being used, as a replacement for those that are currently using a hydroquinone-based product. And the one thing I want to just share with you, so the fade cream, you've got the alpha arbutin, which is, a powerful, it's like a cousin to hydroquinone, okay, which brightens the appearance of dark spots and color discolorations. Also, there's a little bit of shea butter in here. Okay, and then there's another ingredient that's a part of that proprietary blend called resveratrol, okay, which combats free radicals from penetrating the skin. The potent antioxidant promotes anti-aging and minimizes fine lines and wrinkles and hyperpigmentation. Okay, so it's getting some of those anti-aging benefits. So this product really can stand alone. You could sell this to somebody that maybe they already are locked into another cleanser. This product will work independent of anything else and do quite a great job. This also has vitamin E in it as well. Okay, so the alpha arbutin, the Imblica, the shea butter, the resveratrol, and the vitamin E. Those are the core ingredients that are a part of this proprietary blend that causes this product to work extremely well. Okay, so we talked about the causes of uneven skin, the sun, medications, and all those kinds of things. But the reality of it is, and we are coming to the end, is that to be able to get and keep even skin tone, okay, there's a couple of things that you need to remember, okay? And this is key using the Enlighten products and not using Enlighten products, even the person. First of all, exfoliation is probably one of the key things that if you're doing it, and that's what I believe is the secret to getting rid of these dark elbows, is kind of a super duper exfoliator that's coupled with a little stronger fading product that will do it, because the exfoliation allows you to eliminate any barriers to having that product work. So that's why, and if you look at a person that hasn't exfoliated in a while, their skin tone is different. When they finally exfoliate, they think that they use bleaching product because the dead skin that has built up and the just the dirt and the grime that they may not have been able to get to because they weren't either using the right cleanser regime or they just weren't exfoliating. And I'm not talking about exfoliating every day. I'm talking about just once a week for drier skins and twice a week for combination oily skin. If you are exfoliating on a regular basis, every product that you use on your skin is going to work better and your skin is going to look 10 times better than what it would be if you were not using and incorporating the exfoliation process into it, okay? The next and probably the biggest thing is that SPF, okay? Using a sunblock is the thing that will most set you on the right path to stop the cycle of the uneven and the hyperpigmentation and prevent it from happening again, okay? And that's something that you have to educate women to and men to. I think more and more people are understanding because they've heard people talk about how the sun, how the sun is, while you can look beautiful after you've been out in it for a while, but look at yourself 10 years from now, and then you determine whether me looking that great during the summer, laying out on the beach or laying on a cruise ship, whether it's worth what you got to do to try to reverse the damage that the sun has done. So the sunblock, so SPF 15, the doctors are laughing at now, okay? Because they're saying that doesn't quite get it. Now, you go out and you'll see SPF 90, 100. We're not there yet, but what the doctors are saying now is that 30 is the new 15, okay? So that's what we're working on. We recognize that we have a hole today because we don't have the SPF, but we're working on it and we hope to have it here real soon, okay? So applying an SPF minimum of 30 on a daily basis is going to, in addition to using the Enlighten system, if the customer needs the entire system, or even if you're just using one of the powerhouse products, whether it's the Fade Cream or the Perfect Tone Super Light, and exfoliating regularly, okay? And using the right ingredients. If you ask anybody in the medical community, the skin community, the dermatologists, estheticians, and you ask them, well, what can I do to keep my skin even? Those are the three things. Using the right ingredients, which, I would say that the Enlighten system is the combination of right ingredients. Use a SPF daily and exfoliate on a regular basis, okay? So we've got all things covered, and especially when we get the SPF in. But until then, we do have the facial security moisturizer, which has a SPF 15. It'll work, in the interim, because we don't have that much longer to be able to wait. But nonetheless, the success of your Enlightened system with your customer is absolutely predicated on the person using the sunblock as that last covering of the skin after she's used either the Fade Cream or the serum, okay? It is critical to the long-term health of the skin, as well as making sure that the products and the what she's trying to fix, that there is no reversal of that. But it is easy. So imagine someone using the Enlighten and going outside day after day and not using a SPF. It's the equivalent of a tug of war. I want to lighten your skin and fade it. I want to darken. I want to put some dark spots back on. That's basically what you're dealing with. Okay. So the bottom line is that the Enlighten system is designed to do some amazing things. Make sure that you introduce it to your clients. Use it if you are need to be a consumer. And the one thing that we need to do is to get some before and afters of people throughout the process. We haven't done that yet because people get the products, use it, get clear, and they go on about their business and thank you later. Okay. So will this evaluation pertain to someone who is an eczema sufferer? Well, eczema would be considered sensitive. Okay. So proceed with caution. I would, a person with eczema would not be, that is not, although people that have eczema will sometimes have hyperpigmentation, because when that skin dries, it darkens, because when they have the breakout and it dries, it just, it ends up darkening because the skin has been damaged on the surface. Okay, let's see. So eczema is not the same as hyperpigmentation. Somebody answered that correctly, but eczema would be like sensitive skin. And what did we say right at the onset of the training? That the Enlighten cleanser, any product that has a list of active ingredients, okay, you proceed with caution with person with sensitive skin, because active ingredients, sun, fragrance, are all culprits for people that have sensitive skin, in which eczema is probably at the top of the list. Okay, so let's see. Does Floyd Robert CMB have alkaline strips? No, ma'am, we don't have alkaline strips. There's a skincare questionnaire located on the inside. We are supposed to ask opportunity customer questions on the questionnaire. Yes, that's right. Okay. All right, and with this evaluation, okay. All right,
We offer this to men as well.
Excuse me?
And we offer it to men.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Skin is skin. So male skin, female skin. The only thing I caution is not using it on skin that is too young. Okay. So if the person is not, if the person can't pay for it, they're probably too young.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So Miss Walker, who is that Florence? I don't know who's, yeah, that's Florence. Okay, Florence is answering questions. Okay, that's good. All right, any other questions?
I do have a question just to kind of finish up. What about the sequence? The last three products, which will be after the serum, the moisturizer. I assume I can put Adren Arpel 15 SPF. And
yeah, it doesn't, it's not so much the brand of the SPF as it is that you use the SPF.
All right, and then the foundation, I'll put the foundation and then the SPF.
No, the SPF should go on first before foundation.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Because the foundation is going to give you even more protection. But so after you finish so the last product that you would put on, in either scenario, it's either going to be the super light serum and then sunblock, or the fade cream and the sunblock.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So and so just for those of you that didn't catch this, that while we sold out and discontinued the SPF 15s that we had, the Daily Defense Light and the oil free, and so we are in the process of coming up with we're in development with a new oil-free moisturizing gel, but that product doesn't have an SPF. We are working on a separate SPF product that will be a tinted. Okay, so that's what is on the horizon that's coming. But in the interim, on colormedirect.biz only, you can find what is called the Facial Security Moisturizer, which does have an SPF 14. It's a part of the interface line, which once we sell out of this, it will be gone. But I would strongly encourage you, if you're in need of an SPF.
What's the website again, Sharon?
I'm sorry?
What's the website again?
On the colormedirect.biz, the consultant website.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look under interface, you'll see Facial Security Moisturizer. Okay. And that does have an SPF 15.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Let me see if there's any. I don't think I missed.
Yeah, I have a question. I really like the Facial Security Moisturizer. And I even asked my sponsor, I said, are they going to end up buying the formula to that? Because that's a really nice, thick I mean, it just, the texture is just perfect.
Yeah, but but once it's gone, it's gone. We
Okay.
are we've got a, because we're not continuing to market the interface brand, period. That's the issue. So we are, working through that inventory. And so once, whatever we have left, once it's gone, it'll be gone. And then we'll have a new, a new formula of a sunblock that's not going to, it's really not, we're going to be positioning this really as a tinted sunblock, okay? And we'll have the oil-free moisturizer. We certainly have a plethora of other moisturizers that will work for other skin types. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. I'm going to stop the share. All right, looks like we got another chat. Let's see. Can you see my questions? Is it tinted for all skin tones? Well, we're gonna have we're gonna have a tone for the Color Me Beautiful customer, and we'll have one that is kind of universal for women of color. It's really not going to give color, to tell you the truth. I've tried it on deeper skin, and it's not, the sun block benefit will far outweigh the tint. Okay. I just sold an Enlighten system to a young woman with sensitive skin, and child, okay. Only because I have those issues. Okay, so that's fine. It's always better to proceed with caution. So, I don't recommend the Enlighten system for sensitive skin, but if you have tried it and the customer doesn't have, and you say you have the issue and have used it, then that's fine. Okay. I'm not going to bless that, but you can use it. And if it works, that's great. Okay. That's right. Facial security is not on the Floyd Roberts brand site. It is only on the colormedirect.biz site. Okay. Let's see if I missed any other questions. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay. So onward.
Real quick, I was just saying, I recently bought and had customers buy the interface facial security on the Flory site if they put it in the search. So are you saying, like, as of recently, it's no longer on the?
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't see it on the site, and so I didn't go searching for it. But I know that it's on colormedirect.biz. So if a person goes, I don't know why. I don't know why it would not show, but it's in the search unless it's.
It does show in the search. That's what I'm saying. It does show in the search.
Yeah, but it doesn't show. It's not showing as a product on the website. When the last time I looked, I didn't see it. So that's fine. If you can get to whatever way you can get to it, it's fine. I just went to look for it where it should have been, and it wasn't there. So I went and got it on it because it used to be there, but then I didn't see it. So as long as if you go and put the search in based on what Linda's saying, she's saying it will come up on the Floyd Roberts website, but I know that it shows on the website on colormedirect.biz. Okay.
So in that case, we have to buy it for the customer.
Well, if you're telling me that you found it on floydroberts.com and you searched it, no, then carry on with using it, ordering it right now. I'll test it out, but I haven't seen that. So, but if you have had that experience and you know that you can find it, then that's fine.
Yeah, I recommend it to all my customers.
Okay. All right, that's good. Hey, Laura. Okay, any other questions?
No.
So next week, we'll talk about primers.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. And so each week we're going to tackle, and you guys send me emails and tell me, what you're struggling with and what you want to have conversations about on Tuesday night.
All right.
Because if you leave it up to me, honey, one of these nights we're going to be playing tic-tac-toe. Okay.
Here, I do have one question. This was very informative. You gave me some information that's very useful, because I know I have one person now that I can trying to figure out, because I have the fade cream and I've been waiting for the other products to come in. So I didn't really give her the sample yet. So that's why I was wondering, should I get those products or try the fade cream with her, or wait till I get this, order those and then try?
Well, I mean, I think that, and I think that us as consultants, we should have an experience with every product that we're marketing. Now that's not to say that you need to go and buy everything we make. No, you know your customer base,
Right.
and you know what market you're going after. So if you have a clientele that, like, I have like 3 or 4 customers that are on Enlighten, I already know that the product, I see them, it is working. Okay. I tested the product. I don't need to use it anymore because it's already done what it needs to be doing. I've switched over to, only, C and A and, some of the other products. And so, but my clients, I see the only thing that the mistake that I've made is that I didn't capture pictures before they started and get them at different stages through it. And that's what we need to do. So Linda, if you've got a new customers getting ready to start, can you do that, please?
I think she went away.
Okay, she may have gone. Okay. So
yeah, and Linda, Sharon was asking you a question.
So Linda, you've got a new customer that you're just putting on the Enlighten system. Can you get pictures of her before she starts and throughout her journey at 6 weeks, at 12 weeks? Just ask her to do that. I'll send her a gift for doing that if she does it. Because we've got to get some, some case studies that are, I know people I've seen it work. I've used it and it's worked for me, the fade cream, because that's what I used at that point to test. But I have clients that are using the whole system and they refuse to stop using it. It's unbelievable.
I like it too. I just like the mildness of it. That's why I was surprised when you said not to recommend it for sensitive skins, because the ingredients are natural and it's I'm super sensitive.
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
But papaya is, because if you notice, I think it's only on the cleanser that we say accept sensitive skin.
Okay.
And it's the papain and the papaya extract that could be a problem. And I've had people that have had issues with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't change anything from what you've done. I mean, you are your own case study. So if you have the same, that's the value of the consultant customer relationship, is because when you use the product, you can speak from experience. So you haven't had an experience with the, the Enlighten being a sensitive. So carry on. I just, I walk softly with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And can I have one more question, Sharon? In regards to the makeup or eyeshadows, are we going to get any neutral or browns eyeshadows or neutral or brown lipsticks?
I don't know. I mean, we really haven't had a discussion. Eyeshadows are not a big category for us, to tell you the truth. Lipsticks, we do bring in new shades from time to time. We're trying to get, all of our 4 shades back in stock first before we go and try to find new shades. But send some suggestions in. I mean, the lipsticks will probably be an easier sell, quite honestly, than eyeshadows, because eyeshadows just are not selling for us, because I think, the competition out in the marketplace is pretty stiff.
I learned about.
Isn't no, I don't. I think the piece. I know Peace is warm, and then I know Jaguar is warm, but they're not warm
Yeah, but she's probably
Jaguars.
looking at
at neutral.
a brown that's
Yeah,
maybe a little bit
Yeah,
more
'cause I
neutral.
use those, but I want like something a little bit
You want
lighter.
something a little bit lighter.
Yeah, something a
That's
little bit lighter.
more
Yeah, to go
nude.
for that. Yeah,
I
more
don't-
nude, like a
Okay.
Am I,
I have
am I
on
still on?
Peace
I
right
don't
now.
know.
This is Peace.
Yeah, I use Peace too, but and I think with my lips, and I learned too, the lip picking, I think because I have dry lips all the time and it discolor, it kind of changes the color on me. So
Right.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like sometimes I want like a new, because I like walnut too, but the
Mhm.
way I have it looks on my skin, so I say just try to get my lips together so it can look the way I look, and I know it looks different on other people. But yeah, sometimes I want us a natural nude look, and
Look,
like
yeah.
you go up, but I want to. All the natural nude look going on with the shadows in the lips.
Yeah.
Well,
So
What you say?
yeah,
Mom?
so
Color Me Beautiful has a brown tone.
Several. That's what I was gonna say. Look at the Gail Heyman lips. The sienna is a nice
I
soft.
tried that one. I just did.
You like that one?
Picture.
And
I tried
two,
it. But
like with the flory chestnut pencil, color your whole lip in first and then put the lipstick on. It evens it out so that you don't have that, 2 different tones on the lip.
That's a
yeah,
There's
good
a
idea.
couple things you can do to even out the lip color.
yeah. Because I saw that sienna. I actually tried it too, and I took pictures. But then I put Peace over it to make it color the way I wanted. But I did, because when I opened up that sienna, I did like it. I was like, "Ooh, I hope it works." But I got
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gail Heyman has a lot of nice lip color.
yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, I'm learning now, so I do like that one. But like you said, in order for me to tone it down and get a more natural brown look, because of what's going on my lips, I had to put Peace over it. But I did like it when I put it on top of it.
Yeah.
Try the chestnut pencil too.
That's
It
no
works.
pencil. Okay.
Yep, it works.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Good conversation, ladies. That's the beauty of these Tuesday night chats, is that we get a chance to share, and hopefully everybody gets all their questions answered so that you can feel more empowered when you go out and interface with your clients. So thank you for coming on live. And for those of you that are joining us and doing the replay, come on live. That's what you need to do. Okay. All right, ladies.
Thanks again.
It's
Sharon.
good night.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Good
Have a
night.
good night. All right,
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.